Picks up a total of 9 more.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. You almost got to hope it's a cramp, don't you, if you're a Cowboy fan right there? But, oh, that does not look good, Jim. Oh, no.
All of those you don't want to see twice. Look at the love for him.
Something small.
Get well soon, Dak Prescott. Get well soon, brother.
You're fighting against the black quarterback situation, and then you've got people telling you, your friends, saying that you can't make it. It just shows that some of the stigmas that have been against us for so many years are showing that they were just stigmas. You're like, well, a black quarterback can never make it in college or professional. Everything's opening up now.
It's not just that black quarterbacks are guys. What you have now is franchise elite passers.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yo. Look. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back.
Yo, what's going on, guys? I think we're in week 5. A lot to talk about in the week 5, man. It's and I might veer off into some other subjects today because there was just a lot of stuff this week in the NFL. No, I'm not gonna do my spectacular intro like I normally do, because we need to get to the news at hand. You have to know that this was gonna be my topic. My main topic for today, and it's Dak Prescott. As y'all can see at the beginning, I don't even care about getting demonetized in this video, because I just had to show that. Rough. I was watching it as I normally watch with my mama and her boyfriend. I normally watch, right? And so I was in that room watching it with them, and I remember immediately when Dak fell down and he started grabbing his leg and his foot was like this. I thought, oh, he's done for the season. I knew it immediately. And then they showed it, and I'm like, oh my God. I've only watched it once. Even when I put the video in there, I did like this when they showed that part. Like, it was just awful, man. I wish the best for Dak Prescott. I wish Dak Prescott a speedy recovery. This is about way more than football. This is about a human being. If I could find a picture of him and his brother smiling after surgery, I would put it in here. Dak, you're a consummate professional. We don't agree on anything socially, but you're still a brother. So you be safe, and God be with you. And hopefully we get to cover you next season with your nice fat contract, and that I hope you get still. Hopefully you have a Drew Brees type of arc for the rest of your career, Dak. We love you. We're gonna move on to more somber news. So Kansas City, I have no idea what happened to Kansas City yesterday. I'm lying. I do know what happened. So Kansas City, it seems like people have figured out the game plan for Seattle or for Kansas City. Do not blitz. We drop everybody in coverage, and we force Patrick Mahomes to beat us with his legs, or he's just gonna try to throw over the top of us. I've never seen Mahomes run as much as he did this game. He ran a lot this game. If y'all go check out some of the highlights, just his highlights, you'll see a lot of his things were running, trying to make it happen. I told my uncle, I said he out there looking like LeBron on the 08 Celtics, on the 08 Cavs, like, because he literally had no help, drop passes. It was just very unlike. It was just very un-Kansas City like. Like, normally you don't see that many drop passes. They made him work for everything he had. I give it to the Raiders. It was a divisional matchup, so they see him twice a year. So they always play them. Yeah, you always play your divisional rougher than you play the rest of the league. But they made Kansas City work for everything. It was crazy to watch because Patrick Mahomes still had a decent game. 22 for 43, 340 passing yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. And so I'm watching it and I'm like just waiting for the avalanche to come, and it never came. I think the final score was like 40-20 something, and I was like, wow. The Raiders did a good job of keeping the ball away from him, making him frustrated, and it was just very un-Kansas City-like. Now, this is their first loss of the year, so I wouldn't read too much into it, but it was very un-Kansas City-like. So let's switch and get to the most somber news of the day, Deshaun Watson. And so I'm gonna tell y'all about his game and what he did, but I couldn't find it in the press conference. But somebody said, I can't remember who said it. Well, he said it in the press conference. So he said in the press conference that they were able to play freer, and basically he was saying he got to play freer and the locker room is a lot funner now. And that's all because Bill O'Brien was an uptight white guy. I'm gonna call it for what I call it. He was just uptight all the time, like. But now that he's gone, they're a little looser. They can do what they want to do. Not do what they want to do, but within reason. The older guy they got balling for them, I can't remember his name. His face will be on the screen. He got them playing well. Now, this is just their first win of the year. Deshaun was 25 for 35, 359 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Bad interceptions. Both of those interceptions could have been avoided. Except for the pop-up one. The pop-up one, it's not really his fault. They were getting more touchdowns in the red zone. They were getting points in the red zone while the Jags were not getting points in the red zone because they missed like 3 field goals. So, like I said, they play freer. Defense played a good second half. I think they allowed maybe 1 touchdown in the second half, which allowed Deshaun to, play a little freer, like I've been saying. And the team even J.J. Watt said,
I'm excited about right now is hopefully getting on the same page with our fan base again. I feel like that's something, there's certainly been a bit of a tension there in the last months and years. And I can't wait to have us all pulling in the same direction again.
It's good to have us all on the same page. And J.J. Watt went off on Bill O'Brien. I think maybe a week or so ago, they had a shouting match of practice. It was reported, but I don't know if it was confirmed or not. But so the locker room didn't like him at all, as much as we didn't like him either. So I expect them to play better now. They're in a very soft division. They're in the Colts, them, Jacksonville, and I can't remember the other name of the team. I can't remember. I'm going to put it on screen. It's the AFC South. So Murray, Teddy, and Lamar. All 3 of these guys. Basically, I'm going to say the same thing for all of them. All of them played very subpar competition. And I know y'all like, Carolina's not a very good team. Christian McCaffrey ain't back yet. But they should be able to beat the Atlanta Falcons. Lamar Jackson utterly, let's just say the Ravens. The Ravens utterly destroyed Joe Burrow. And I feel bad for Joe Burrow because it wasn't his fault they lost. They did what they're supposed to do. My only problem with Lamar is that he needs a game-breaking receiver. Excuse me. He needs a game-breaking receiver. Hollywood Brown is good, but I think they need a deep threat. Antonio Brown, I know he has issues, but that might be the best guy on the market. They need a deep threat. If they had a deep threat that could kill you over the top, and you had a reason to pay attention to that might open the game up a little bit for more runs. So I feel, me personally, I think Lamar can make the throws. He missed a couple throws in this game. The offense didn't play as well as they should have. They should have won by 50. They had a lull there in the middle of the third and the fourth, and then they ended up scoring but they rested too much on their laurels when you should have blitzed them. That game should have been like 50-0. But they got the win. Could have played better. They could have played better. Lamar was 19 for 37, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. So hopefully they open it up. Because when they opened it up against Kansas City, it made it a little more interesting and it gave them more dynamics to play with. So that's what I think. So Kyla Murray, 27 for 37, 308 yards, a touchdown and an interception. They played the Jets. They played the Jets with Joe Flacco as a starter. You're supposed to win that game like they won that game. Hell, D-Hop was out there looking like Jerry Rice. Like, that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to win that game. I think it was a little closer than I'm making it out to be, but you always knew that they were going to win. These are the games that Arizona has to win in order for it to be a stepping stone into the right direction. And that's really all I got. And baby Lamar with more wiggle. That's what I'm calling Kyla Murray, because he's so shifty. Lamar's not as shifty as Murray is, and it might be because Murray's shorter. But his shiftiness to go from one speed to the next speed and go from this speed to the next speed, it's ridiculous, man. That second year jump he's taking. To me, he's becoming a little more consistent. I can't wait to see him play a real opponent, though. I can't wait to see him play primetime. We're going to see how that goes. But he played well. He played well enough to win. And they were playing the Jets. Teddy Bridgewater, he was playing Atlanta. 22 for 37, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's very accurate passes through the first half. The first half, he looked really, really good. Like, I was going to come up here and I was going to say, I wish I could pour Teddy's accuracy in Lamar Jackson. Like, just from a technically, he threw a ball where he threw it, and it was just beautiful. It just fell right into the dude's hand. Now, I think Lamar's a good passer, but I don't think Lamar will be able to make that pass. I don't know if Lamar can make that pass. I've never seen Lamar make that type of pass. The pass is beautiful. They did what they were supposed to do and beat him. Now, it was, again, another divisional matchup. It might sound like I'm a little redundant, but there's a lot of divisional matchups this week. Divisional matchup is always going to be closer than it's supposed to be. Atlanta's 0-4, 0-5 now. Teddy Bridgewater is the better quarterback out of him and Matt Ryan, as far as right now. They did what they were supposed to do. They did what they were supposed to do. They went into Atlanta and got the W, and they messed around to get a playoff spot. Because I think nobody is really running away with that division right now. That's Tom Brady's division, but that's not Tom Brady's division. You know what I mean? That I still firmly believe they could lose. If they could lose that division and Teddy Bridgewater can sneak in the playoffs. So, you know, obviously we're not having that. We have one more game. And Russell Wilson is making me more and more of a fan every single day. 20 for 32, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. So it was being Seattle in Seattle. So it was raining, right? Mushy, gucky. Now, it wasn't raining hard, but you could tell it was like mist, and, you know, it was the ground was wet. The ground was wet. And you could really tell in the beginning because people were sliding and everything. Seattle really couldn't get nothing going in the first half, and then they just exploded for 21 in the third quarter. They exploded for 21 in the third quarter. DK Metcalf is just an utter monster. You throw it up anywhere, he's going to catch it. He is Des Bryant 2.0. Hopefully he can keep his head on straight. And with a guy like Russell Wilson, you should be fine. So, but Russell, like I told y'all the numbers, Russell Wilson played well. And I have one of my best friends is a Vikings fan, and I just texted him after I watched the highlights because I was watching the Laker game, and I was going to catch the highlights. And I texted him, I'm like, it literally came down to they have Russell Wilson and you don't. When the plays needed to be made down the stretch to win the game, Russell Wilson made the plays, and the Vikings and Kirk Cousins didn't. That's really what it came down to. The Vikings didn't make the plays, Russ made the plays. But he was excellent that fourth quarter. It's excellent. Just really technical, really masterful, not making any mistakes, taking sacks. And that's something I get on Deshaun Watson for. Russell Wilson does a great job of just taking sacks. Just take the sack and let it fight another day. And I really wish Deshaun and Lamar sometimes to do that, because Lamar has a tendency to think he can make every play as well. So shout out to Russ for ending the night really well. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I got for y'all. Dwayne Haskins doesn't have his job anymore, so obviously I can't cover them no more. Dallas is without Dak Prescott, so obviously I'm not covering them no more. And LA is completely done with Tyrod Taylor, so obviously I'm not covering them no more. So that's three teams I no longer have to cover. So y'all be safe, and I will see y'all next week.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Look. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent thousands of racks on handmade new rags. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap.